Good afternoon. I'm Michael Bowles, with Executive Director of the Association for the Wolf Lake Initiative. This is our 12th annual Wetlands Wind and Water Festival at beautiful Wolf Lake. And this is our afternoon session. We have as guests the rowing crew from Calumet College of St. Joseph's, which can be found just a couple blocks from here. And this rowing crew has been active for a couple of years only at Calumet College, and people are getting acquainted with the scull and the sport, and they'll be taking out visitors out into the boat and to give them a little first-hand experience at rowing. And Wolf Lake rowing actually is fairly new to Wolf Lake. We have canoeing, we have kayaking, we have fishing, of course, and all kinds of sports, but rowing is a new sport, so we certainly welcome it here. Joan and Dan are both going to talk about their program and what it's like to be in a rowing crew, and why everyone here should join them.
And if anyone would like to get into the boat and just learn a few basics, we'll just keep it in the shallow water. You can walk into the water and get in with the crew. We need to show you a couple things. If anybody's interested in doing that, we'd be happy to.
So what is the boat made of?
That's made of fiberglass. Dan and I both started rowing in college in the era of wooden boats. And I was just telling Michael how heavy those are. They weigh a ton. But eventually, I guess most crews switched over to fiberglass, and now they're all fiberglass. And that's an older boat that's probably a mid-90s. And nowadays, they're making them even lighter. 2 people could probably lift them. Wow.
Okay. Yeah, on TV during the Olympics, they look so small.
They do. We're sitting on the water.
And this is a 4-man boat. They come in 8s. You'll see the big events will be an 8-man boat. And so this is a 4. So this is not the largest rowing shell out there.
And rowing is an Olympic sport. The women's 8 won gold in Beijing. So 8. So the U.S. team, the U.S. does have a national team. You have any questions?
Do you have to do any like training? What's your like training?
When I get a new novice who wants to learn, we start out on a rowing machine or ergometer, and just to learn the basic technique. And then once that new novice kind of has an idea of how to do the basic rowing stroke, we'll get into the boat and go from there. If people want to train for competition, then it becomes very, very serious. It's a very strenuous activity, aerobic activity. And really, the recommendations that I've heard from other coaches are that for rowers who want to train for a race, 45 minutes a day of a steady state aerobic activity, ideally on the rowing machine or running, is what you need. And I'm not really sure how to describe it. I guess a good college men's 4 would probably finish a 2,000 meter race in 7 minutes, depending on conditions. Do you guys have anything to add? What's your experience been?
Well, rowing is just like anything else. If you really want to do something with it, you really got to work hard at it. I've been here for a little bit. Destiny's been here since the beginning. We've been in competitions. It does take a lot of hard work. It's fun, even during the race. We know that firsthand. It's been really fun. For the most part, it's kind of like you get like a small family out of it. You come in not knowing anybody, and then you get to know just 3 other people or 4 other people, and it becomes more like a family other than a sport.
So why did you start in the first place?
Well, originally I'm a soccer player, and during my high school years, that's what we became a family. We had like 40 people, so we became a family. So I always preferred family sports, and I thought rowing would be a good way to actually do that.
Okay.
Be a family again.
All right. So you're what year are you at
I'll be a sophomore this coming fall.
Okay. What are you studying?
Psychology.
Psychology? Okay. So you know why you started. Okay.
Yeah.
How about you?
My major or
Or why?
the reason why I joined?
Yeah. Why you got started?
Same as Tony. I haven't joined any sports since high school.
Okay.
I signed up for football, and really I wanted to get back into doing an activity after school. So rowing to me felt like something I wanted to do. I'd known my professor for 2 years, and I wanted to come out and see if I can do it. And this is my first year doing it,
Okay.
and I'm progressing.
All right. Okay, so you have hope.
Yeah.
How about Cabela?
He's a big guy.
Yeah, I wasn't really a physical activity kind of guy during high school at all. I was usually indoors. Actually, I'd be indoors right now if I was still in high school. But whatchamacallit, I don't really remember why I joined.
So we're glad you did, whatever the reason.
I was offered an opportunity, and
Great.
and I was sort of convinced into it. I was deciding whether I wanted to work or participate in a physical activity, and I was kind of convinced in doing the physical activity, and all I can say is I'm in the best shape of my life. So you know what?
Did
I
Destiny
can forget the
convince
almighty
you?
dollar.
No.
I joined rowing because of Dr. Chris, actually. I knew her a little bit outside of college, and then she was like, yeah, you guys should try rowing. And me and my one friend were like, okay, we'll try it. So she had us get on the erg, and it was really fun, even just being on the erg. And then she was like, okay, we'll come out to the water. And then after the first time in the water, I was terrified. I'm not gonna lie, because you're trying to learn how to set the boat, not to tip over, which is really rare. It is, as long as you listen to your coxswain or your coach. And then the second time in the water, I was completely hooked. And now I'm obsessed with rowing. But yes, and if anybody's done Zumba, that's what I'd compare it to, because it's like a workout without even knowing that you're getting a workout.
Tony and Destiny, talk about some of the colleges you competed against in Cincinnati.
Yeah, we a few, it was like a month or two back. We had a competition in Cincinnati. We had schools as like Ohio State, Cleveland, I believe it was, IU, Wittenberg University, Danville.
Wittenberg.
There were so many colleges out there. Like there was top 10 schools and regular schools out there. It was fun. Everybody was just happy, even though we were all up at 3 in the morning. But yeah, it's really great just to meet other people from other schools, from different areas, and just finding something you have in common with. And it's not just rowing and waking up that early.
Did you guys win?
Sadly, no, but hey, we got 3. We got 3rd place. We're good.
Yep.
So
First time racing too.
Oh, cool.
So who's studying philosophy?
Philosophy?
No. See?
They will all eventually have to.
I've been wanting to for a while.
I'll stick to my own philosophy.
Well, I don't know. So anyway, thank you very much for coming out, and we enjoy. And now you're going to. I'm kind of interested in looking at the boat. So can I just lead the way?
The only thing I want to make sure is nobody steps on the oars. This is the only equipment we have. It's mine. As you can see, each rower has a seat that slides back and forth, and that enables you to use your legs, and then your back, and then your arms. Pull your arms in, and you put your feet in the shoes, tie into your shoes. This is called a rigger, and the oar actually goes into this oar lock.
Want me to grab one?
Yeah, sure. Port side. That's the coxswain seat. The coxswain is a person that's Destiny. She sits in the stern of the boat and steers the boat. Those wires turn the little rudder that you can see if you look underneath the hull. So tiny little rudder in there. Yeah. These are called, what you had there, friend? These are called sweep oars, where each rower has only one oar. There's another kind of rowing called sculling, where each rower has 2 smaller oars. Sculling is kind of an individualistic sport. Sweep rowing has to be a team sport. You have to do it with other people. Okay. So if you want to, you can grab a hold of the handle and just feel it. It's light. If you were actually rowing, yeah, you'd hold onto the handle right there. Well, you know what you'd actually do is, why don't you go around the stern, walk around the stern and come over to the other side.
This way.
No, I wouldn't want to heavy. So you would actually just, you can put your hands on the oar like this, right? And you would put the blade in the water, the end of it's called the blade, and then you pull backwards. And then you push down on it, push down to lift your blade out of the water, and then push forward. And that's how you take a stroke. Yeah, exactly.
It's
yeah,
like a circle.
Yeah, actually it's a square. When we're training, when we're practicing doing drills, we focus on moving our hands in a rectangle. You want the sides of the rectangle to be perfectly straight. Do you swim?
Yeah.
Good. That's great. I need to get my kids to swim so they can row.
Is it just a rowing machine? It's a rowing machine. It also has, you can adjust the resistance on it, and it also records your times, record your split time, if you set your adjustment on your resistance right. You can give you an idea of how fast you can move an actual boat.
Should we pick it up? Anybody want to get in?
Right now?
Not now, no. We'll put it back in the water.
So does anybody feel like getting in the boat? Getting wet just a
I
little
do.
bit?
You have to get wet.
I would. You want to get him? Alright, we got one.
You got one? Yeah. Excellent.
You can actually feel it.
So you're gonna...
She always wanted to tell us let's go kayak.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like a great idea at the time.
It's a good idea after
You
the
guys
time.
want the boat back in the water while we put the go.
So we're putting in water now.
Scared?
Dr. Chris, are we putting in
Let's wait till you're fine. You want to go too? Okay.
And then what's the range of motion here?
Oh, wow.
If I can have the stern, bring it out. Turning the stern, the bow staying.
Yes, I think we all do.
Alright, forward. Watching your step.
Here, I'm pushing this on.
Yeah.
Put them into 80.
This water feels better than the one at the beach.
I think so.
Mommy, want to get a better view?
Let me see how you bit it. Did you bite it? All right, sit down.
they come out literally working down, drinking champagne. I ain't never done it. I'll tell you what, it's gonna be wet. Yep. You like that too? No. Go back.